Open this meeting of the Illinois Board of Review for today, October 8th, 2024. Several preliminary announcements before we get started. One, I'm Kenneth Woodson, Board Chair, but we would advise everyone present that please be advised that this is a formal hearing with the court reporter and the proceedings are being recorded by Zoom. We ask that you conduct yourselves as if you were in the courthouse. That means no reclining, no sleeping, no eating, no drinking, smoking, etc. And we ask gentlemen to move their hats during the hearing. If you're in a vehicle, you must be parked in a safe place. We will not hear your case if you're moving. Even if you aren't driving, if someone else is driving, we need you to be in a parked stationary position because we lose the signal if you're moving. Secondly, law department will give us a list of matters that have been resolved. Some of them will be listed as moot or moot complied. If your name is called or if your address is called and it's listed as moot or moot complied, and you want to know the distinction, call the administrator's office. Someone there will explain the difference to you. Please do not break into the hearing to ask for a definition or clarification. Just note that your matter is done for today. You don't have to stay on the hearing once it's noted as moot or moot compliant. However, this is a public hearing, so if you choose to stay and want to stay and participate and listen to all the cases, you're welcome to do so. And finally, everyone was asked to be here roughly the same time. However, we have a very long list of cases today, so it may be an hour or so before your matter is called. We ask you to stay by your phone or your laptop or whatever, so that when we call you, you can respond. If you do not respond, we will dismiss your matter for not being available. So thank you very much for your cooperation and your patience, and we will get things started. We will now hear from the law department in terms of matters that have been resolved.
Good afternoon, Chairman. This is Michael Rullo, R-U-L-L-O, on behalf of the city.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ruler. Just one moment, sir. I just want to make sure my title is listed properly. Okay, Mr. Ruler, what do you have?
Beginning with number 2, appeal ending 004-256, 5827 North 15th Street, appellant Worsley Pusey, moot.
Moot. Thank you.
Moving to number 6, appeal ending 004-299, 8417 Bayard Street, appellant Taylor Bridges, moot.
Moot. Thank you.
Number 7, appeal ending 004-310, 5612 Larchwood Avenue, appellant Josephine Thomas, moot.
Moot. Thank you.
Number 11, appeal ending 004-326, 2200 Coral Street, Mark Brownstein, moot.
Moot. Thank you.
Number 15, appeal ending 004-341, 1369 Cellar Street, Caroline Payton, moot.
Moot. Thank you.
Number 17, 004-360, 3301 Maiden Lane, appellant Tom Burbulis, moot.
Moot. Okay.
Number 18, 004-361, 1526 South Woodstock Street, appellant Keith Stallone, moot.
Moot. Thank you.
Pardon. Number 21, appeal ending 004-390, 901 Leland Street, Ferraro Construction Group, LLC, moot. Number 22, appeal ending 004-393, 2232 North Natrona Street, appellant Kevin Matheson, moot. Number 24, appeal ending 004-406, 1842 Master Street, appellant Gale Service, moot.
Moot.
Number 25, appeal ending 004-414, 6128 Spruce Street, Denise Richardson, appellants are Denise Richardson and Alea Bland. Those are moot. Number 27, appeal ending 004-417, 441 Densmore Road, appellant is a Yevhen Cherniak. That is moot.
Moot.
Number 31, appeal ending 004 454 2227 Pine Street, Cotoletta of Fittler Square. Is the appellant listed as the appellant. That my understanding is the appeal was withdrawn.
You're strong. Okay, thank you.
Number 32, appeal ending 004 467 6152 Argyle Street. Appellant James Tropey Jr., moot.
Moot.
34, appeal ending 004 499 137 West 65th Avenue. Anthony Wims is the appellant. That's moot.
Moot.
Pardon, just double checking my list here. Numbers 35 and 36, appeals ending 004 500 and 004 501 concerning 1514 and 1512 West Cumberland Street. The appellant is a Devinder Multani, doing business as CP Contracting LLC. Both of those matters are moot.
Moot. Okay, thank you.
Number 39, appeal ending 004 508 211 East Wishart Street. Appellant Luis Perdomo, excuse me. That's moot. Number 42, appeal ending 004 525 6204 Wissahickon Avenue. Appellants are Paul Carver and Zaris Wind. Moot.
Moot.
Number 44, excuse me, appeal ending 004 537 1710 North Redfield Street. Appellant Kevin Drummond. That is moot.
Moot. Okay.
And then for turning it on to my colleagues, I did want to confirm a couple of my other matters.
Yes.
Seconds. Moving to number 3, appeal ending 004 263 12064 Abbey Road. Appellant is an Alexander So. There was a continuance request by the appellant. My understanding is this was the first listing, and the city did not object to that continuance request.
Okay, but would you go back and repeat the appeal number, please, for number 3?
Appeal ending 004 263.
Yes, and that's okay. And so that matter is being continued.
Yes, it was. The city did not object to the appellant's continuance request, given the context of that request.
Okay, so noted for the record. Okay, anything else?
Yes, I have, I believe, one other. Turning to number 23, appeal ending 004 405 6836 Ogonce Avenue. Appellant Willie Robinson Jr. Again, there was a request from the appellant for a continuance. I believe he was on military duty, and the city did not object to that continuance request.
Okay, so noted. That will be noted as continued as well. Okay.
We'll turn it over to my illustrious colleagues at this point.
Okay, Miss Michelle Reinhardt.
Good afternoon, board. I have a number of continuance requests to put on the record. First, starting with numbers 9 and 10 on the hearing list. For number 9,
Okay.
This is appeal ending 4324 regarding 4733 Salem Street. Appellant Gil Perez. And case number 10, appeal ending 4325 regarding 4731 Salem Street. Also appellant Gil Perez. The city requested a continuance based on inspector unavailability. And Mr. Perez indicated that he had no opinion on the request. This is a first listing for both.
Okay, so noted. The record should reflect that 4324 4733 Salem Street is continued, and 4325 at 4731 Salem Street is continued as well. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next one is hearing number 38 on the list. This is appeal ending 4505 regarding 5432 Market Street, appellant Matthew Novatnik. This is also a request due to inspector unavailability. I believe it is also a first listing, but I do not have appellant's position on this.
Okay, well, let's ask, is Mr. Matthew Novotny present? Matthew Novotny. Or anyone present representing the interests of 5432 Market Street? Okay, no one's responding, but based on your request, we will note the record that this matter is continued.
Thank you. For number 45 on the list, this is appeal ending 4538 regarding 2442 Jasper Street, appellant Dante Lewis. I understand that this appeal has been withdrawn by the appellant.
Yes, executive session, we were informed of that.
Okay. And then number 46 on the list, appeal ending 4542 regarding 2036 North 17th Street, appellant Patricia Ann. This was also withdrawn by the appellant.
Yes. Okay,
And then doubling back to number 8 on the list. This is appeal ending 4320 regarding 6461 Belfield Avenue.
yes,
Appellants Robert Mitchell and Denise Mitchell. We entered an agreement. They should be on the line, but it should be to affirm the violations with a 6-month stay of enforcement. This was not previously forwarded to the board because it just came together. We just had the opportunity to speak and finalize.
okay, so is anyone present representing 6461 Belfield Avenue? Robert and Denise Mitchell, are you present? If you are, please speak up, make yourself known to us. Robert and Denise Mitchell. Okay, well, no one is responding, but Ms. Reinhardt, based on what you put on the record, we were noted as a matter that's where an agreement has been reached.
Thank you. I can also forward the agreement
Mr.
to
Chair,
board's
Mr.
administration.
Chair,
Yes,
there is a Robert Mitchell online.
but he's not responding. He didn't respond. I asked him to, is he muted? Is that?
Yes, he's muted and I think he's on a phone. But
Okay,
there's no video of him.
okay. Let's do this. Mr. Wade, do you have the ability to communicate with that, Mr. Mitchell?
I just sent him a prompt.
Okay.
They might not be by their phone
Okay.
or they might not be by their device.
Okay. Well, they haven't responded, but based on what's been put on the record by the law department, its matter is they've reached a settlement. Okay, thank you. All right,
I can,
Ms. Reinhardt, anything else?
nothing else. I can forward a copy of that signed agreement to board administration for your records as well.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. John Mazurek.
Good afternoon, Chairman Woodson and fellow board members. I have a couple matters I'd like to bring to the board's attention. First, number 12 on the list, appeal ending 4336 regarding 1918 East Washington Lane. The appellant is Ronald Bridges. The city reached an agreement with Mr. Bridges, and so that can be marked as a city affirm with a $150 fine.
Okay, that's number 18, City of Firm.
Number 12.
Number 12, my apologies. City of Firm with the, what was that?
$150 fine.
Okay, thank you.
Next, I'd like to draw the board's attention to number 13 and number 14. For number 13, it's appeal ending 4339 regarding 1317 South 54th Street. The appellant is Hugh Davis, doing business as Camdaddy Properties. For number 13, the city reached an agreement with Mr. Davis, and so that can be marked as a city affirm with a $150 fine.
Okay, thank you.
Number 14 is appeal ending 4340. That is also for the property located at 1317 South 54th Street. The appellant is also Hugh Davis, doing business as Cam Daddy Properties. That can be marked as a city of firm with a 30-day stay of enforcement.
30-day stay, okay. Thank you.
And then two more, number 30 on the list, appeal ending 4440 for the property at 166 DuPont Street. Appellant is Gerald Cipollini. That is a city continuance request due to inspector unavailability. I did have a phone call with Mr. Cipollini, and he did not express any objection to the continuance at this time.
Okay, we know that's continued.
And finally, number 37 on the list, appeal ending 4502 regarding 9908 Bustleton Avenue. The appellant is Minash Yakubov. The city reached an agreement with the appellant for a city of firm with a $150 fine.
$150 fine. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Okay. All right. We want to thank Mr. Thomas Galuso. And please pronounce your name again because I'm determined to get it correct.
Sure thing, Chairman Woodson. It's Guyutsa.
Lutza. Okay. My apologies.
Oh, no trouble at all. Good afternoon to Mr. Chairman and to the board. I had two matters to bring up today. The first is number 19 on our list, ending in 004376. The property address is 3723 North Bouvier Street, and the appellant was Adam Bachman. The city has reached an agreement with Mr. Bachman for a city of firm with a $150 fine.
Okay. Thank you.
And that agreement was transmitted to board's administration this morning.
Good. Okay.
And then moving on to case number 20 on our list, which is ending in 004377. The property address is 1324 West Victoria Street, also with Adam Bachman. The city has reached a agreement for a city of firm with Mr. Bachman with a $150 fine. That agreement has also been transmitted to board's administration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Lee Begelman.
Good afternoon, members of the board. I have
Excellent.
a few matters to bring to your attention. The first one is case number 4 on the list. It's appeal number ending 4275 concerning 2159 Homer Street. The appellants are Brian McLean and Felicia Moden. We've entered a settlement agreement to mark this as a city of firm with a 180-day stay of enforcement.
180-day stay. Okay. Thank you.
The next one is case number 16 on the list. It's appeal number ending 4347. The address is 1837 South Cecil Street. Appellant David Nieves. We have an agreement for a city of firm with a reduced fine of $225.
Okay. City of firm, $225. Okay. Thank you.
And the last matter to bring to your attention is case number 43 on the list. Appeal number ending 4530. The property address is 2810 North Marvine Street. The appellant is Joey Wilson. The city has requested a continuance of this matter. That email was sent yesterday. I did speak to the appellant, Mr. Wilson, and as indicated in my email, Mr. Wilson opposed the city continuance request.
Okay. I think, Mr. Wilson, you're on the line. So if you would unmute yourself, and what is your response to the city's request?
Yes, I would like to move forward with it if I could.
Okay. What is your opposition to the city's request for a continuance?
I just want to get this over with because there's no need to push it off to another date.
Okay. Well, the issue here is that the city's witness, which is necessary to make the record, is not available today. That's the problem we're having. So
Okay,
without the
all right.
witness, we can't proceed. Unfortunately, I appreciate your interest in moving this forward and resolving matters. We'd like to do that as well, but unfortunately, we have this issue of the unavailability of the witness. So thank you for your patience and your participation today, and we'll have to reschedule this.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So the record will reflect that this matter is being continued.
Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Begelman?
That's all. Thanks, Chairman.
Okay. All right. Mr. Will Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a few matters to run through. First, appeal number 28 on the list. CJ&M Enterprises Limited is the appellant for address 4616 Melrose Street. I wanted to confirm that this was continued. The appellant's attorney and I contacted board administration. He's currently in the process of ejecting the tenants at this property so that the violation can be cured.
Yes, it was reviewed in executive session and continued.
Thank you. I actually skipped one, number 17 on the list. Appellant Tom Burblis, appeal number ending in 4360. That was reported as moot during the initial call of the list.
Yes.
I had asked for that and then subsequently learned that the appellant had actually withdrawn his appeal ahead of the hearing. So I wanted to make sure that that was noted correctly, since I think I caused a little bit of confusion.
Okay, would you read all the numbers then and the complete information so that the record could be corrected?
Yes, of course, Mr. Chairman. It's appeal number 17 on the list, appeal number ending in 04360, address 3301 Maiden Lane, appellant Tom Burblis. And even though the underlying violation is moot, the appellant has withdrawn their appeal. I believe they contacted board administration ahead of the hearing to
Yes.
do that.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else?
Yes, item number 29, appeal number 29 on the list, appeal number ending in 0419, appellant Orthodox Incorporated, address 2545 Orthodox Street. I reached an agreement with the appellant's counsel, Vince Melchior, for this appeal to be disposed of with a city-affirmed disposition with a 90-day stay of enforcement.
90-day stay. Okay. And I believe that the last four digits on that appeal number is 4419.
Oh, I maybe took it down wrong. I apologize.
Okay. All righty. Thank you.
Finally, I have case number 33 on the list, appeal number ending 4481. Appellant is Society Hill Synagogue, represented by Brett Feldman. Address is I think it was originally Leslie Gerstein. She has since retired and Brett Feldman took over the case. The address is 418 Spruce Street, excuse me. I entered into an agreement to resolve this matter. Mr. Feldman and I agreed that this matter could be disposed of with a city-affirmed disposition, also with a 90-day stay of enforcement.
90-day stay. Okay.
And then my final matter, number 31 on the list, appeal ending 4454, appellant Cataletta Fittler Square, represented by Leslie Gerstein, address 2227 Pine Street. That appeal was withdrawn. I just wanted to make sure the board had record of that.
Yes, that's noted in the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That concludes my matters for the top of the list, at least. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Christopher Johnson.
Good afternoon, distinguished members of the board. There are a few matters I'd like to call the board's attention to. First, number 26 on the list, appeal HA 2023-004416. The appeal of Mr. Jorge Falou, 7143 Edmund Street, the city of Philadelphia. This appeal is an issue regarding the use registration permit and the use of the property. That is an issue that has a zoning appeal that's scheduled at the end of November. Inspector Ron Bush had alerted me to the fact that all of the fire code violations have been complied at the property, but we're waiting for them to get the zoning. We're going to ask that it be continued to sometime after November, if that is agreed by Mr. Falou, who is on the call.
Mr. Falou, are you present? Are you unmute, sir? You're muted. We can't hear you. You have to unmute.
Here you go. I'm present.
Okay, Mr. Falou, do you have any concerns regarding the city's request to continue this matter?
No, I didn't really hear him. His words cut off from the phone, so I didn't really get to hear.
Essentially, the
I-
city wants to continue this matter until after the ZBA hearing has occurred. The zoning
Yeah.
board, so you okay with that?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay, we'll continue. Today's hearing will be continued.
Okay, not a
Thank
problem.
you. Okay.
Thank
Anything
you.
else, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, regarding number 27, HA-2023-004417, 441 Densmore Road. I know that Mr. Rulo had announced that it was moot, but I just wanted to make sure that Mr. Cherniak understood that he didn't have to stay on the call. I know they're still on the call.
Yeah, okay. I've announced at the beginning of
Yeah,
the
I'm still on the
session.
call.
Oh, no, Mr. Falou, you excuse if you want to leave, but you're welcome to stay if you choose. Mr.
Okay, all
Cherniak,
right, no problem. Have a
as
good
I
one.
announced, thank you. As I announced at the beginning of the session, if your matter is moot or moot compliant and/or a settlement has been announced, you're free to go.
Yeah, and just for the record, the city had withdrawn that violation, and so the Cherniaks don't have to stay on the call.
Okay. So
Right.
you may leave.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, is that number
Okay, thank you.
27?
Yes, that's number 27. Ms. Marshall.
And it's been withdrawn?
It's noted as
No.
moot.
It's a moot.
Moot?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, lastly, I'm going to ask the board to take a look at the appeal at number 41. On the
41,
list, it
okay.
is appeal HA 2023-004517, 4000 West Gerard Street. And the city had written to the board regarding the unavailable of a necessary witness, Inspector Natasha Lee, who had issued a site violation notice. Her testimony is necessary for the city to meet its burden in this matter, and we had requested a brief continuance.
Okay, is anyone, did you speak with the appellant, Mr. Johnson?
No, I CC'd him on the request when I sent it to the board,
Okay.
but I don't see him on the line.
Mr. David Goldstein, that's 4000 West Gerard Avenue. Mr. Goldstein, are you present? Okay, he isn't responding. So we will, based on your representation, we will continue it.
Thank you.
Okay, is anyone else from the law department have any preliminary matters for consideration before we proceed? Anyone else? Okay, the board has a few questions, and so we're going to go through those quickly and get to the hearings. Number 5, that's 4287 at 1239 North Front Street, LA Mags LLC. Who's representing the city in this matter?
Christopher Johnson for the city of Philadelphia.
Mr. Johnson, and is anyone present representing the interests of LA Mags LLC? LLC. Our concern, Mr. Johnson, is that this is a LLC, which means it requires legal counsel for these hearings. And so unless you have other information, we aren't prepared to proceed, I don't believe.
I don't have any additional information regarding that case. I know that the violation is a vacant property violation, but separate from that, there's also an unsafe case that was written, and it's going to be going through our court program. That's not part of the appeal.
Okay.
So I have not been contacted by anyone from the LLC regarding the property.
Okay. So given that, what is your preference?
The city's preference would be that if no one appeared on behalf of that appellant, that it be marked as city affirmed.
Okay, I tell you what we'll do. We will call this matter again in regular order and see what kind of response we get. You muted, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's check, see if I have any others here that need attention. Okay, no, I think that's it. Alrighty, so let's go to the list itself. Mr. Wade, what's the first matter to be called today?
Case number 1, hearing appeal ending 1874, 3203, Cotman Avenue, Jun Tao.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Hi, yes, sir. Yeah, that's
Good
me.
afternoon, madam. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's representing the city in this matter?
Thomas Guyutza for the city.
Ms. Galutza. Okay, Ms. Tao, would you raise your right hand so that you may be sworn? Do you swear or
Yes.
affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Before we proceed though, ma'am, whose name is on the deed to this property?
The Ki Chu and Jun Tao. Ki Chu is my husband. To me
Oh.
and my husband. Yes.
Just you and your husband. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All righty. Ms. Galutza, you have any witnesses?
I do, yes. The city would like to call Supervisor Terrell Smith.
Okay, Mr. Smith, if you unmute, raise your hand so you can be sworn. Mr. Smith, do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Sir, you may have to get closer to your microphone. I can barely hear you. Okay. All right, thank you. Please proceed, Mr. Galutza.
Thank you, Chairman Woodson. Good afternoon, Inspector Smith. How long have you been working with the Department of Licenses and Inspections?
9 years.
9 years. And could you please describe your job duties with the department?
As of now, I'm a supervisor of all the Center City inspectors.
All right. And what was your job when you were involved in issuing this violation?
It was to answer complaints regarding property maintenance, zoning, and fire code issues.
I see. And as part of your job duties, how was this case referred to you?
There was a complaint filed in regards to trash and not having a rental license for this property.
And once that complaint was referred to you, did you go out and visit the property?
Yes, I did.
All right. Do I have permission to share my screen, Chairman Woodson?
Yes.
Thank
please.
you. All right. All right.
may
Can
need to-
everybody see that?
It's a little too small.
Too small. All right.
Yep.
How about now? Is that good?
Perfect.
Fabulous. All right. Inspector Smith, do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
Could you please describe what this document is for the board?
This is a site violation notice for not having a rental license.
Thank you. And could you please note what day this violation notice was issued?
It looks like it was March 27th, 2023.
Thank you. And would the Department of Licenses and Inspections issue one of these site violation notices when there is no rental license on file for the property?
Correct, yes.
Thank you. And just to confirm for the board, I'd like to introduce this exhibit. This is could you please tell the board what this is a photograph of?
This is the front door of the property.
Thank you. And if you could please read for the board the date that the photograph was taken.
March 27th, 2023.
Thank you. When you visited the property, were you able to speak with anyone there?
Not in the property. When I visited the property, I knocked on the door. No one answered, but when I stepped back, I saw the mini blinds being open as if someone were looking at me.
I see. And did you leave a card or other contact information for the occupants?
Yes, I did. I left the card and the front door.
Thank you. Did anyone reach out to you from the property after you visited?
After a couple of weeks after I visited the property, someone called stating that they were the owner of the property. And they basically were complaining about the amount on the site violation notice.
Did that caller ever claim that they resided in the property?
I do not recall that they said that they resided in the property.
I see. Thank you. The city has no further questions at this time.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Tao, do you have any questions for Mr. Smith based on his testimony? Keep in mind that you can make your statement and present your case in a few minutes, but for now, do you have any questions of Inspector Smith?
Oh yeah, I did call Mr. Smith, explain to him, say
No, say, do you
li-
have any questions for him now?
Oh,
Do you-
no, no
Okay.
question. Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Any additional witnesses for the city?
No additional witnesses.
Okay, all right, Ms. Tao, explain to us your position and the basis for your appeal.
Oh, yes, I did call Mr. Smith. So he told me, say, I have the other address, 1435 Cooper Street, but I did rent the 1435 Cooper Street around like a year 2017. But
Okay,
I
wait,
moved
Ms. Tao, the appeal is about 30, what's the address of the appeal?
3003 Common Avenue.
It's 3203 Cotman Avenue,
32,
correct?
Yes, it
yes,
is.
yes,
Okay.
3203, yeah.
Okay, all right, now continue.
Yeah, I have lived here since from the year 2018 to today, and I bought this property and we lived there. So now, so far, me and my husband and my daughter live here. My two sons in college, so not in Philadelphia.
Okay,
And I bought it. I went to the 100 South Broad Street, the 3400, twice. I provided my 3 years tax income return, and there have my name and the address on my the tax income return. And also I bought a lot of letter, like those letter from the bank, from water company, from my the credit card company. So they show that on the letter there's my name and address on that. So
okay,
those are all like kind of like an address proof. So they told me the inspector will inspection. So I agreed that a gentleman went my house inspection. So he can obviously see there's people live in there. I invited him to go to upstairs, check the every bedroom, but he refused that. Then he left. So I thought that the case will dismiss, but case is still now. I received a letter from the city. They say the matter be withdrawn. So actually, I'm confused
Do-
why I still have
wait,
the
wait a minute,
Zoom.
wait a minute, wait a minute. If you
Mhm.
said, do you have a letter, can you, did you share that letter with the lawyer for the city? Or do you have it on you? Can you share your screen and show it to us?
Hold on, let me check. I'm not sure I know how to do that, but I try, all right?
Okay, well, wait a minute, but if you don't have it in the digital format, you won't be able to share the screen.
I use
So-
my cell phone because I try use my laptop, but it doesn't work. So I use my cell phone to join the Zoom meeting now.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, so you said that you have evidence that you are the occupant of that residence. Mr. Galitza, you
Yes.
have any questions?
Well, first and foremost, the city would have appreciated, being provided some of this evidence. But I guess I just have to ask, why is your contact address still 1435 Kerper Street?
Yeah, that confused me. I went to the 1401 JFK, the basement, next to the like a water company. I asked they change my address, but I don't know. Actually, I don't know. So it confused me, and also I'm really struggling now because a couple years I just asked a day off, went to the court, and ask a day off to deal with this issue. So I don't know, because when I provide 3 years tax income return, the judge, he's so nice. He told me, say, you you cannot provide this because there are my family, the social security number. So he returned all the document to me. So I really appreciate it.
Okay,
Because
sorry,
to
what-
me,
Wait,
I
wait,
think
wait.
that
Okay, Miss
to
Town, wait a
me, that's
minute.
the strongest
Miss
proof.
Town, Miss Town,
Uh-huh.
just wait a minute. We just need you to when you respond, just as in shorter answer as possible. Mr. Galuzzi, you have any further questions of Miss Town to kind of figure out what's happening here?
Yes, Mrs. Tao, what judge are you referring to exactly? This case has not been adjudicated anywhere previously, so there's
It's
a bit of
100
confusion here.
South, 100 South Broad Street. The suite number is 400.
Okay. This may not be related to this matter.
I do not
No,
believe
it's the
so.
same matter because I don't know why, like a double. I
Okay.
have to go to there and I have to
Well, let's
join
do this.
meeting.
Maybe it would be better to use our time to determine, Mr. Galuzzi, if you have access to the deed or any that is in your record, can you inquire along the area of how long she's lived there, how long she's owned it, does she own other
Yeah.
property, that sort of
We,
thing?
the city can confirm that they've owned the property since 2017. We have the public display from the property.phila.gov website showing them as the record owners as of 6/23/2017. If I have permission, I can share my screen and show that.
Well, before
Okay.
you proceed, Mr. Luza, I just want to check 1435 Kerper Street lists the owner as ZHU Juan, YUANJ, as of August 30th, 2004. Miss Tao, is that your husband's name?
No, my husband name is Kichu, Qichu.
So the owner listed as on the OPA website for Kerper Street, did you sell that property in 2004?
No, I have never owned that property. I only very short period of time to rent that property.
So you were a tenant in the property?
Yes, very short, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Mr. Galuzzi, do you have anything else you want to add?
City has no further questions at this time.
Okay. All righty. Okay, Ms. Tao, before we vote, do you have anything else you want to add?
I beg, Your Honor, just dismiss this case because it's have bothering me so long, and I'm a hardworking mother with 3 children in college. I don't want to pay any fine.
Okay, understood. Okay, this is a site violation, Mr. Galuzzi. I'm not sure, and you'll have to resolve this in some fashion, regarding. Well, we'll vote, then we'll decide what happens next. I don't want to.
Yeah, I just want to make sure because that's my residential since the year 2018. I think there's no reason I have to apply the rental license or weekend license.
Understood. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll poll the board on HA 2023-001874 3203 Cotman Avenue, Jun Tao. Appeal sustained.
Appeal sustained.
Appeal sustained.
Appeal sustained.
Appeal sustained.
Appeal sustained.
Thank you. Miss Tao, you won your appeal, okay?
So what does it mean, appeal
That
sustained?
means that your appeal that you submitted, we've approved it. We've granted the appeal that you requested. Now, Mr. Galuzzi, I'm not sure how that works in terms of the fee for a site violation.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that with licenses and inspections and determine the correct procedure for the proper withdrawal.
Would you kindly give Miss Tao your phone number in the chat?
Oh, yes, she has my email and phone number from our communications earlier this week. But if you'd like, I can drop that in the chat as well.
Yeah, Miss Tao, follow up with the attorney and about how this will work itself out, okay?
I just confirming that there's no any.
Yes, call him and he'll.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. The witness is excused.
So I can leave the meeting?
Yes, you can.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Mr. Wade, what do we have next?
Case number 5, hearing appeal ending 4287 1239 North Front Street, LA Mags LLC.
Okay. Who's representing the city? Is that Mr. Johnson?
It's Christopher Johnson for the city of Philadelphia.
Okay. Anyone representing the interests of LA Max LLC, 1239 North Front Street? Anyone present? 1239 North Front Street. Okay, Mr. Johnson, no one is responding. What is your pleasure?
LA Mags listed 502 West 7th Street, Suite 100 in Erie, Pennsylvania as its mailing address. No attorney was named. Notice of this hearing was sent to 502 West 7th Street, Suite 100 in Erie, Pennsylvania on 8/22/2024.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Johnson, what is your pleasure?
The city asks that the matter be marked as city affirmed, failure to appear.
Okay, Mr. Pincus, what time do you have?
1:51 PM.
1:51 PM. Thank you. We will poll the board on HA-2023-004287 1239 North Front Street, LA Mags LLC, city affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed for non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
City affirmed for non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirm non-appearance.
Thank you very much. That resolves that matter. Mr. Wade, what's that next one?
As a follow-up, could I ask that Inspector Stacy Jones, if she has no other matters, be excused?
Yes, Inspector Jones, you excuse.
Thanks.
Okay, Mr. Wade.
The last matter I have is case number 40. Hearing appeal ending 4509 5402 Charles Street, Santa Mateo.
Okay, who's representing the city in this matter?
It's Christopher Johnson for the city of Philadelphia.
Mr. Johnson, Santa Mateo.
Madeline Perez is on the line for Santa Mateo.
Hi,
Hello?
Okay, Ms. Perez, what is your connection with this matter?
La conexión con esto.
que está mala.
No,
Okay, what, Santa Mateo, is Mr. Mateo available?
Yeah, that's me.
What is your name?
Santa Mateo.
Okay, alrighty. Yeah, is someone there in the room, working with you? Okay, we can't have someone else's voice in this, in the, on the record, okay? So, Ms. Mateo, you're the only person that who can be speaking in this matter.
Ellos solo pueden hablar contigo.
Okay, Ms. Mateo, do you need an interpreter? A Spanish interpreter?
Yeah,
Okay.
I need
Yeah,
it. Thank
we
you.
can't, well, okay, we'll have someone do that, but we can't, we will have to continue this hearing because we need someone officially assigned to interpret the facts of this matter. You can't have someone who is not an official interpreter do that. So,
no.
sir, I'm not sure, what is your name, please?
Santa Mateo.
No, it's young man who's speaking.
I'm Michael.
Michael what?
Michael Escobar.
And what is your relationship to Miss Mateo?
Her son.
Okay, just inform her that this is going to be continued. We will reschedule it to have an interpreter who will interpret things in Spanish. I assume it's Spanish that you're using?
Mom, que ellos no pueden hacer esto ahora, como lo van a hacer por otro día, porque yo no puedo traducir porque ellos necesitan un interpreter, so lo van a hacer otro día, el meeting contigo.
Okay.
So van a continuar.
What language are you using?
Spanish.
Spanish? Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Wade, please note the record that we'll need to reschedule this and have a Spanish interpreter available for Miss Mateo.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You
Thank
excused.
you.
Okay. All right, Mrs. Johnson, I think that was your matter as well?
Yes,
Okay, so we'll, as you
that's
observed,
fine.
we'll have to continue it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Wade, anything else?
That's all.
Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone, for your participation and your presence here today. We will conclude today's hearings. Have a good evening.
Mr.
Mr.
Chair,
Chair.
before we leave,
Yes.
before